Anyone who works for the protection and promotion of human rights, part-time, full-time, without getting into a violent approach is a human rights defender.
I think anyone can be human rights defender, not only an activist, but also teachers, students, street vendors, or
individuals or organizations who actually stand up for the rights, not only for themselves, but also for the communities, the people around them. It's unlike doctors or lawyers where you require a specific skills or special knowledge. To be a human rights defender, all you need is passion and belief in human dignities, equalities, civil liberties. That's all it takes to be a human rights defender.
Like defenders, this is a choice. So, as a choice, we know that we will be fighting against the powerful people in authority, the big people.
As a human rights defender, we face many threats, many obstacles as well.
Largely in India, the threats that are faced are facing of criminal charges. The best way to break the morale of a defender is to first file false charges against them.
Criminalizations and then arbitrary arrest detentions. Many of them also got torture, even murder, like the founder of my organization, Munir Said Talib.
Human rights defender in Cambodia might be easy to be killed by accident or something like that.
The most number of threats are actually shared on social media, especially on Twitter, where I myself have received threats of rape, disappearance, physical attacks, and it is all out there in the public domain, but we don't see anything being done about it. We've experienced our first disappearance of a journalist in this year, about 3 months ago.
But when it comes to civil and political rights, monitoring elections, talking about extrajudicial killings and torture and enforced disappearances, that is when the state feels threatened. And these attacks become increased the more threatened the state feels.
Really, in a human rights community, this is really where you feel the stress, you feel the pain. Even if I myself is not threatened, I feel threatened for the others who are especially on the field.
Since I was able to get back into the country,
I've been under the surveillance. The phones are tapped everywhere I go. Like there are also this intelligence following. At one point I was told that I have to stop talking to the international community and media in particular. I said, of course, no.
I really see like an increasing criminalization of women human rights defenders. I guess around the world there's increasing militarization and increasing fundamentalisms, and that has a huge impact on women.
We are now, in the eyes of the extremist, religious extremist people, we are perceived as the traitors of the country or traitors of the religion. So my worry now is that the attacks or the possible attacks or threat in the coming time may not be necessarily visibly from the government, but possibly from the people.
At the same time, now these days, new perpetrators of human rights are cross borders, like the multinational companies and things like that. Corporations would not actually think that there are human rights defenders, but these people are really up to destroy their company and to destroy their profit.
Mrs. Juvi Capion, an indigenous leader, and her two sons, Jordan, aged 13, and John, aged 8, who were killed on October 18th at their home in the Philippines. Mrs. Capion and her husband, Daguil Capion, opposed mining in the ancestral domain of the Belaan tribe. These men, women, and children were killed or jailed because they were trying to stop human rights abuses linked to business activities.
I'm not surprised if one day they're going to arrest me, because I know that this is my job at the place. That is
A worry about my my life, especially my family, because I have family as well. And as far as my government doesn't have any regulation that guarantee our profession, our rights.
It's not only about the human rights defenders themselves, but also their families and their children. They are the one who are most affected, and that makes it really difficult for human rights defenders to continue their work.
I've had friends who constantly, ask me why I do what I do. Why don't you just, let it go?
They would not really stop doing what they're doing, because it's in their blood, it's in their heart, and it's really their vocation.
And maybe I'm wrong, but I told my children that if one day I die or I'm in jail, they should continue my work because I like this job.
This is a risk for all the human rights defenders in the world, but without spirit, without commitment, people around us are going to get suffer. So I think, and this is a risk, even risk for the human rights defender, but please continue to fight.
Many of us have gone through lonely moments, but they are very, very temporary in nature. And I think the larger community is what keeps you going.
There are people around the world, not only in Asia, they support their cause and they are on their side, and we stand in solidarity with them.
I've been involved in this human rights work for more than half of my life, and I've gone through ups and downs, times that I feel really dark, that I feel completely hopeless. There were times that I wanted to give up. And actually, no matter how those times come, I think there is something already deep inside us that nobody or no power can take away from us. There's obviously a tendency to be scared, to shut down, to keep quiet, and that is when the police or whoever is harassing will act stronger.
Don't be silent, speak out, be proud of what you are doing, and you'll be better protected by the fact that you are voicing your concerns and you feel like you'll be supported by others.
மனித உரிமை காப்பாளர்களை காப்போம்.
Maita defensor direitos humanos.
Insani ang putarat katir kurama seke kurami hum himay kurama seke kurama.
လူ့အခွင့်အရေးကာကွယ်ဆောင်ရှောက်သူများကိုကာကွယ်ကြပါစို့
Kapir nak kapir sebelum na Cambodia.
At protektahan natin ang mga human rights defenders sa Pilipinas at sa buong Asia at sa buong mundo.
বাংলাদেশে মানবাধিকার, পৃথিবীর সব জায়গায় মানবাধিকার সুরক্ষা এবং সম্মান করতে হবে।
Sama-sama nating ipagtanggol ang karapatan at kagalingan ng mga taong nagtatanggal ng karapatang pantao.
Sila mempertahankan hak asasi manusia.
Mari kita lindungi pekerja HAM karena pekerja HAM adalah aset yang sangat berharga untuk demokrasi di Indonesia.
인권 옹호자를 보호합시다.
Let's protect human rights defenders.